Hi folks, as Eric mentioned, my name is Jay Arena and I am the candidate of the Jobs and Equal Rights for All campaign for Essex County Executive. We, the campaign, are holding this press conference in front of the Essex County office of County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo to call on New Jerseyans and people across the country to blockade immigrant and customs enforcement, ICE, concentration camps and facilities in Essex County and across New Jersey and the country.
Right.
The ongoing blockade of ICE operations in Portland, Oregon, and the recent disruptions of ICE offices in New York City, organized by local activists, should be replicated in Essex County and across the United States. During World War II, the U.S. government was able to round up people of Japanese descent and place them in concentration camps because the American people failed to denounce and organize to stop that crime. We, New Jerseyans and people across the country, can't again stand by. We must take direct action now to shut down the internment camps at the border and everywhere, including right here in Essex County. Furthermore, we demand that no individual, government, or business provide any support to ICE. Silence in the face of the atrocities is consent. Now, Trump has just put out a new executive order, but it hasn't solved anything. It still means that those who cross the U.S. border seeking refuge will be imprisoned, children and adults alike. We don't want them separated in prison. We don't want them together in prison. We want people free. Furthermore, the new order does nothing to reunite the over 2,000 children who were taken literally crying from the arms of their mothers and fathers and imprisoned under Trump and Attorney General Jefferson Beauregard Sessions' cruel directive. In addition, this criminal regime, as leaked documents have revealed, is planning, under the direction of the U.S. Navy, to build internment camps to imprison over 120,000 undocumented immigrants on military bases. This is happening. The Navy has a timeline of 60 days to complete the first stage of tent construction. Combined with the some 60,000 immigrants already now incarcerated under the existing concentration camps, this barbaric regime is planning to exceed the 120,000 Japanese Americans the U.S. state forced into concentration camps during World War II. Once these camps are in place, they will be used against broader layers of the working class who dare to resist, such as the courageous striking teachers that we have seen across the U.S., including right here in Jersey City. We say, no way, no way. An injury to one is an injury to all. But let's remember, Trump and the Republicans don't act alone. They have plenty of help from the Democrats. Among the 60,000 people now in concentration camps are those held at the camp run by Democratic Essex County Executive Joseph DiVincenzo, whose offices are right here in this building and why we chose this location. This 800-bed, quote-unquote, bed camp is located right here in Newark, New Jersey, in the immigrant ironbound quarter in a city that claims to be a sanctuary city for immigrants. Next door in Hudson County, Democratic County Executive runs another ICE concentration camp at the county jail, same in Bergen County. Our movement has demanded on frequent occasions that Democratic Newark Mayor, Radical Mayor Ras Baraka, Democratic Councilman Augusto Amador, an immigrant himself, within whose district the camp is located, and the entire city council, all Democrats, to demand that we called on them to demand their fellow Democrats and partner Joe D. break the contract with ICE and close the concentration camp. We made the same demand to the freeholders, all Democrats as well, who have taken out resolutions against Trump. Guess what response we got? A deafening silence. But that means nothing. But that means something. It means consent. Silence is consent. That's what we have from the Democratic city leadership. Adding to this outrage is that the Newark leadership claims that the city is a sanctuary, and they even unveil monuments commemorating immigrants, as Amador did in the Ironbound district, where the concentration camp is located. Yet they say silent on Joe D's camp, and they even invite Democratic Essex County Sheriff Armando Fontoura, who has a contract with Sessions Department of Justice to help ICE round up immigrants for the camps. And he was invited to speak at the unveiling of the monument honoring immigrants. We were subjected to another farce last Sunday when Democratic Congressman Elbio Cires, and as a side note, a good friend of the late terrorist Luis Posada Carriles, who had a real experience in breaking up families by blowing up Cuban airlines. Cires represents the Ironbound. Along with Cires, several other congressional Democrats from New York and New Jersey went to the Elizabeth concentration camp run by the Corrections Corporation of America, now renamed Core Civic for PR purposes, to feign concern. Yet they avoid the camps run by their buddies, Joe D. in Essex County and Tom DeGeese in Hudson. This event was pure theater. Let's be clear, the Democrats, local and national, have and continue to be partners in constructing and running the deportation regime. And that's nowhere clearer than Joe D. and Newark, New Jersey. Every day, the Democrats and Republicans participate in breaking up families through deportations of fathers, mothers, sisters, and brothers, and our neighbors. Notorious examples include Pablo Villavicencio, the Brooklyn pizza delivery man and married father of 2 children, who ICE arrested 3 weeks ago and dragged to the Hudson County-run ICE concentration camp by the Democrats, Tom D., run by the Democrats, Tom D. Gene Montreville, an immigrant rights activist, successful small businessman, and father of 4, was arrested in January by ICE after dropping his children off at a school in Queens, New York. He was then imprisoned at Joe D's Newark ICE concentration camp and subsequently deported to Haiti, where he has not lived for decades. Let's be clear where we stand. Our campaign, Jobs and Equal Rights for All campaign, we say immigrants are not our enemies. I repeat, immigrants are not our enemies. The billionaire class, not immigrants, are our enemy. It is the billionaire class that has destroyed our jobs, run down our public services, like right here in Newark, New Jersey, where our public water is lead poison, where they privatized, stolen our schools. The billionaire class oversaw that. The billionaire class is the one poisoning our environment. The billionaire class is the one that has robbed our national treasury through endless wars. The billionaire class and the war machine that have created the economic, political, and social catastrophes that have forced people to flee countries such as Honduras and Guatemala in Latin America, Iraq, Syria, and Afghanistan in Asia, and yes, Greece and Amador's homeland of Portugal that have been driven here, including here to Newark. In contrast to the elite politics of divide and rule, our Jobs and Equal Rights for All campaign calls for uniting all working class people, immigrants and native-born, people of all genders, races, and nationalities, to build the world that we want and need. Our campaign's three-point platform calls for equal rights for all, jobs for all through a mass public works program, and free public services for all. All who live here have equal rights. That means ending all deportations and detentions, all violations of due process rights, and all limits on the right to vote, to unionize, to organize, and to strike. Freedom of movement for all. All who live here have the right to quality, free education, kindergarten through higher education, healthcare, transportation, housing, and clean energy. We will not be pitted against each other to fight for a share of inadequate public services. The government can and must provide quality services for all, paid for by taxing the rich and corporations, slashing weapons spending, and ending all U.S. wars and occupations that force people to migrate. All who live here have the right to good jobs and good wages. We will not be pitted against each other to fight for a share of too few underpaid jobs. Providing quality free education, healthcare, transportation, housing, and clean energy will also provide good jobs for all. Thank you, and I ask for your support. Join the campaign.